1891 is actually a very significant year when we are looking to the history of tattoo art. Okay, it was in 1891. There was an artist called Samuel O'Reilly. So 1891 was the very beginning of modern tattoo art. It's easy to draw a straight line in a paper, but it's difficult to draw a straight line on skin. And every skin is different. Every canvas is different. Tattoo is not like a dress or an ornament. It's something you carry to your grave. You want to convince, if you really want to get a tattoo, you can talk to your parents and convince them. That's why. Yeah, so if you are getting a tattoo from me, whenever you look at that tattoo, you will remember my face.
Hello, all. Welcome back to my podcast. So, today we have a special guest with me. It's Fabin Francis. He's a BTech graduate, but he did not pursue his passion in BTech. He also completed his BTech in automobile engineering, but then, as you see the title's name, it's more towards a tattoo artist. So he's a tattoo artist and he's also the owner of his own studio, which is known as 1891 Tattoo. Main reason that I wanted Fabin in this podcast is because right now, as you see, there is lots of trend that is going in the field of tattoo industry, and there are lots of myths also around it. So I want to burst that myth and also to know more about the field of tattoo, and people who are listening, who are seeing this podcast, can get to know more about this industry of tattoo. So I welcome Fabin to our podcast. Thank you, Fabin, for your time. So over to you, Fabin. If I missed anything, please you can fill it up your introduction for the same. And thank you for coming up. So Fabin, over to you.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you for inviting me to this. My name is Fabin Francis. I'm from Cochin itself. Okay. So I completed my BTech in 2012 and I was working with Volkswagen, EDM Volkswagen here in Vaitla. And while working there, I started training tattooing in 2013-14 time. Yeah, from that time I'm practicing tattooing and now running 1891 tattoo here in Katrikala. Yeah, you covered all the area. Yeah.
I do watch your Instagram post. So people who are hearing this podcast, please do follow Fabin and also his tattoo studio, which is 1891. You can follow that
Yeah.
page too in Instagram. So Fabin, I wanted to start with, can you share your journey into beginning tattoo artist and what inspired you to choose this path basically to be a tattoo artist?
It's a funny thing actually. I turned into a tattoo artist accidentally. I started learning tattooing for fun, just for a hobby kind of thing. Um, while I was working with Volkswagen, I just wanted to get a tattoo done. It was in 2013. So I called up a studio here. The studio's name was Dreamcatcher. I contacted the studio. I wanted a tattoo, and I went for a tattoo discussion, and from there, that was the beginning point. All right, and I became close with the artist there, and started learning tattooing from there. And from 2014, I'm practicing tattoo on skin, real skin. Yeah, that was a journey. And till 2016, I was working with Volkswagen. In between, I was tattooing and all. And by 16, I left the job at Volkswagen and full-time tattoo artist from there. That was my journey.
Yeah. So how you
Yeah.
convinced your family that you are switching from Volkswagen, a branded company, to become a tattoo artist? How was your family's reaction on that?
Uh, family was okay. Yeah. Papa was like, cool, yeah, choose whatever you want. Choose the right thing. And mommy was like little sad and all. You learn BTech and working here. So are you sure? She was asking me, are you sure? Yeah, yes, I'm sure. This is my passion. I do love automobiles. I did my BTech in automobile engineering. Okay, I do love automobiles and bikes and cars, everything. But even though art was there from my childhood, I used to sketch and all from my childhood. My father used to sketch, so that was kind of inspiration. And yeah, passion, passion drives the soul. That's it.
Got it, got it. So you had that touch from your father who used to sketch, and then you got it from there. Got it.
He used to scribble and all, and that was like an inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah. So Fabin, my next question is, I know you have discussed this in your Instagram post also. I have seen it recently. Lots of people are asking you the same question. I just wanted to ask the same question because the audience who is listening this podcast or viewing this podcast, they might not know it. What is the story behind the name 1891 Tattoo? How did it came up, and what does it signifies for you?
1891 is actually a very significant year when we are looking to the history of tattoo art. Okay, it was in 1891. There was an artist called Samuel O'Reilly from US. Um, he derived a tattoo machine from an embossing metal embossing machine. Um, it was created by Edison. So he derived that machine and made some changes. It's a rotary machine, and that was the first tattoo machine. And he took the patent in 1891. So 1891 was the very beginning of modern tattoo art. So I had this, still have this fantasy for numbers and numerology. So when I was planning the new tattoo, I wanted something unique. The name must be something unique, out of the box thing. So why not 1891? That's the thing.
I just wanted to know how the tattooing is blend of art and techniques, right? It is a blend of art and
Yeah.
technique. How do you balance this creativity with the technical skills required in this profession?
The only mantra is practice. You have to practice and practice. Everybody can be a tattoo artist. Even if you are not a sketch artist, even if you don't know to draw, we can learn from the initial, by starting from straight lines, we can start tattooing. That's the base actually. It's easy to draw a straight line in a paper, but it's difficult to draw a straight line on skin. And every skin is different. Every canvas is different. So we have to practice on different skin tones, textures. Practice is the only thing.
Yep. So Fabin, I just wanted to ask one thing. Now there is a huge trend going on this with tattoo, right? As a tattoo artist, what do you feel like? People are doing it to look cool, or is it like tattoo should be a meaningful? I know tattoo should be meaningful, but what is your perspective, because you are running a business? So how people come up to you, like a friend of mine have already tattoo, so I also wanted to tattoo it because it looks cool, or it's the other part of the way, no, I want to create a meaningful tattoo so that it resembles myself. So how is the public around you that comes in your studio for doing the tattoo?
It's like both sides of the coin. Clients come with complete idea and they have complete knowledge and everything about the concept. You just need to give them ideas to what will what will suit that idea, that concept. You have to symbolize that your design. And there is other side, like you said, my friend have a tattoo, so I need a tattoo. So if somebody is coming like that, I always try to convert their idea to get something unique for you. Don't copy from Google. Get something of yours. I always try to convince clients. Most of my tattoos are like that, and we don't copy. Only do unique custom pieces.
Why this tattoo should be unique? Because I don't have any tattoo in my body, so I just want to know why it should be unique, and why we should not see someone else tattoo and then portray the same thing. Why it should be a unique tattoo as per you, because you are in this industry since like long.
Tattoo is not like a dress or an ornament. It's something you carry to your grave. So if you are carrying a permanent jewelry, a permanent thing on your skin as a part of your body, then it should be something of yours, not something from another person or a celebrity. You don't have to carry another person's story to your skin. In my opinion, it must be yours only. That's why I said I always say people your tattoo should be unique. It should be yours.
You mentioned about this uniqueness, right? So how do
Yeah.
you ensure that each design is unique and meaningful for your client? So do you have any creative process for that, or how it is maintained from your side?
Uh, Usually, before we start a big piece or something, we have to do a design kind of thing. I always call up the customer for a discussion session, and I sit and hear the story and make a note, and, and we discuss with the team. Usually, we discuss with the team, and we bring up 2 3 ideas and try to match it, try to make a story for the client. Usually, when a client comes up with a story, okay, I usually sit and hear the story and try to convert it to design. If, for example, last week a client came, was going through a lot of struggle, and now he's going through a sandy phase. The story was a bit long. Okay, so hearing all the stories, I suggested a Japanese style tattoo, which matches the life struggles and the situations he went through and where he is standing right now. There are certain things. ഇപ്പോൾ പറയുകയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ if you're talking coefficient is an example. Upward moving coefficient is an example for struggle, moving through the struggle and moving upwards. And the color of the coefficient represent different things. So he's in love with a girl. So I suggested him a red koi, something like that. And the highest form of koi is dragon koi. It's like a golden color koi. From that, koi transforms into a dragon. Like we say, rise from the ashes. Phoenix represents the rise from the ashes. Rise. Like that, we hear the story and we convert it to a design kind of convert it to design patterns and suggest the tattoo styles according to the client's skin tone and texture. That's what we should do.
Got it, got it. So that means you also
Yeah.
needs to be lot of creative from your side, and you also need to know where to the direction should be. Like if it can't be directly, oh he's struggling, so just go ahead and create something
No, no.
randomly, right? So it's a proper session that you have, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I would suggest for budding artists, um, always try to learn different styles and different stories, different mythologies. In different mythologies, all these kind of situations represent different things. You don't have to copy. If in this case, I suggested a koi. Another case, I can suggest something from another mythology. All these things always have to be the same. Don't always have to be the same. So always try to learn. Always try to read. Always educate yourself about these concepts and stories and everything. Apart from practicing.
I would ask you a different question right now, because
Yep.
nowadays generation are doing lot of tattoos, right? People nowadays are
Yep.
understanding about the tattoo and all that. So how come like a person who want to do a tattoo, he's eager to do a tattoo, but he's not able to convince his family, like because family be very conservative over there, they don't allow to do tattoo and all that. So as a tattoo artist, what would be your suggestion, or how they should explain it to their family what exactly is tattoo and why we should do a tattoo?
I would like to tell my life story. Okay. So when I started my career in tattooing, my parents didn't know what exactly I'm doing. They just know I'm inking on my skin, inking people's skin. They only know that it's about art. And I got an opportunity to talk in an interview by Asianet in 14, 15, I believe. So that conversation was very deep conversation about what what is tattoo for me and my co-artist at the time. What is tattoo for us personally, and what we are trying to give to clients. That conversation shook my parents actually. This is something, that's why I said it should be unique, something personal. Uh, I had a client in 2016. I did a portrait of his kid. Okay. He lost his kid when he was 7 years old. And he got this portrait done and he started crying after finishing the tattoo. He was not literally crying, his eyes were watery and all. And he's an NRI. And for few more years, whenever he's coming to weekend, he used to visit me. This kind of personal connect, and this is why tattooing should be encouraged more. Okay, this kind of tattoos, personal, unique tattoos must be encouraged, not just for me. So while convincing parents, they should sit and talk to the parents. This is why I'm getting this done. This is not a silly thing. I just want to get something meaningful to my on my skin. I just want to carry it till I die. You want to convince. If you really want to get a tattoo, you should then talk to your parents and convince them. That's why.
Actually, nowadays it is like fine, but a few years back there were lots of myth that was running in tattoo, right? If you do tattoo, you
Yeah,
would
yeah.
get cancer. So that was one of the mindset of people, right? If I do tattoo, I would get cancer and all that.
Mm.
So, what do you want to talk about these myths in tattoo, and also to talk about people are not doing it from professional. What is the benefit of doing it from a professional and from an unprofessional person? So what is your point on that?
About these myths and all, who are telling these stories, they don't even have a tattoo. If you have a tattoo, or even if you went to a tattoo studio, professional tattoo studio, with a friend, if your friend is getting a tattoo, yeah, if you witness this experience or witness this whatever procedure we are doing, they'll understand that this is not a cancerous thing. This process will cause you any cancer. There is nothing. There is no myths behind this. In the initial days, that mm, the people who were living out of the box were doing these kind of things. You know, mainstream people are not doing tattoo and all, but nowadays everybody has a tattoo. Every other person have a tattoo. I've done a lot of tattoos for my doctors here. If doctors are getting this done, then why normal people are getting scared of this? And about this cancer and all, in the initial days, mm, like tattooing started, for the ink, artists used natural, what do you say, ash for black, and pigments from green. It was not easily, not properly filtered and all. So the result was very light because it was not properly filtered, not saturated. The result was very light and all. That was getting very light. We have seen Pachakuttu tattoos from on the old elder people. So that tattoos are all very faded because of that ink was made from organic compounds. So these ink companies later added certain chemicals to make this pigment strong, more strong, and to stay on the skin. So this chemical caused certain chemical imbalance in the body and caused this kind of cancerous things in the initial days. It's nothing related to modern day tattooings. Okay. Uh, and the tattooings derived a lot from that position. Now, most of the tattooings we are now it's available here are kind of completely vegan, and it's very skin safe and non-reactive kind of inks. So it's safe to get tattooed done. It's not cancerous at all. And you asking about this getting tattoo from a professional studio. or from scratches. So these professionals are well trained, certified, with years of experience. You can always get a tattoo from a professional, experienced professional because all these years of experience make them, get it done with proper machineries and proper setup, and the scale will be clean.
So we have certification also for this tattoo artist. What are the
Yeah,
certifications?
yeah.
I never knew about it. Can you just explain me about it? What exactly certification we have?
There are certain schools giving courses for tattoo, and here we have proper schools in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, and abroad we have schools. I have done a certification in Thailand from Bombay and from here in Cochin. And in Italy also there are good schools. So it's like a proper profession right now, not from the before 2000s. Now it's a proper profession. And after 2015, that stigma thing has gone from here in Cochin. Now it's like a common thing. Till 15, 14, 15, it was like a achautu. It was like a it was not a proper profession. My my mom's aunt once asked me that like ഇതൊക്കെ ഒരു പണിയാണോ മോനെ? But now they are happy.
Okay. So let's switch to a regional language, Malayalam. So we both are Malayali. So let's have. I wanted to ask a question in Malayalam. എനിക്കിപ്പോൾ ഒരു ടാറ്റു
Mm.
അടിക്കണം എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചു. സോ ഞാൻ എന്തൊക്കെ ഞാൻ എങ്ങനെ അപ്രോച്ച് ചെയ്യണ്ടേ ഒരു ടാറ്റു അടിക്കാനായിട്ട്? ഒരു ലൈക്ക് ഐ ഡോണ്ട് നോ എനിത്തിങ് അബൌട്ട് ടാറ്റു. Fabin എന്നെ എങ്ങനെ ഗൈഡ് ചെയ്യും? വാട്ട് ഓൾ ആർ ദ റൂൾസ് ആൻഡ് റെഗുലേഷൻസ് ദാറ്റ് ഐ ഫോളോ വെൻ ഐ ഡു എ ടാറ്റു വൈൽ ഡൂയിങ് ദ ടാറ്റു ആൻഡ് ആഫ്റ്റർ ഡൂയിങ് ദ ടാറ്റു ബിക്കോസ് ദർ ആർ ലോട്ട്സ് ഓഫ് കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ. ഇത് മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞാലും കുഴപ്പമില്ല.
Mm. ഒരു ടാറ്റു പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു കൺസെപ്റ്റ് കാണും. അപ്പോൾ ആ കൺസെപ്റ്റിനെ പറ്റി വ്യക്തമായിട്ടുള്ള ധാരണ ഉണ്ടെന്നുണ്ട് വരച്ചാൽ ആദ്യം. പിന്നെ ഏത് ഏരിയയിലാണ് ടാറ്റു വേണ്ടതെന്നുള്ളൊരു പ്ലാൻ അതുണ്ടാവണം. എത്ര സൈസ് എന്നുള്ളൊരു പ്ലാൻ, ഏതൊക്കെയാണ് കൺവീനിയൻറ്റ് ഡേയ്സ് എന്നുള്ളത്. ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് ഈ 4 കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മൾ നോട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്, ശ്രദ്ധിക്കേണ്ടത്. ഒരു ടാറ്റു ഡിസ്കഷനോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അപ്പോയിൻമെന്റിനോ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കൺസെപ്റ്റ്, ഏത് ഏരിയ, എത്ര സൈസ്, കൺവീനിയൻറ്റ് ഡേയ്സ്, ഈ 4 കാര്യങ്ങൾ കൊടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റിന് നിങ്ങൾ ഈസി ആയിട്ട് ഗൈഡ് ചെയ്യാം. ഓക്കെ. പിന്നെ ടാറ്റുവിന് മുമ്പ്, അപ്പോയിൻമെന്റ് ഡേക്ക് മുമ്പ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ഒരു 2-3 ദിവസം മുമ്പ് ആൽക്കഹോൾ ഒഴിവാക്കുക, നന്നായിട്ട് ഉറങ്ങുക, ടാറ്റിന് തൊട്ടുകൊണ്ട് നല്ലൊരു മീൽ കഴിക്കുക, വെൽ റെസ്റ്റ് കഴിപ്പിക്കുക. ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങൾ ടാറ്റു അപ്പോയിൻമെന്റിന് മുമ്പ് ചെയ്യുക. നന്നായിട്ട് മോയ്സ്ചറൈസ് ചെയ്യുക, ഹൈഡ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക. പിന്നെ ടാറ്റു കഴിഞ്ഞ ആഫ്റ്റർ കെയർ ഓരോ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റുകളും വേറെ വേറെ ആഫ്റ്റർ കെയറുകളാണ് കൊടുക്കാറുള്ളത്, എങ്ങനെ കെയർ ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളത്. എന്നാലും ഇതിൽ കോമൺലി പറഞ്ഞൊരു കാര്യം ആൽക്കഹോൾ കട്ട് ചെയ്യുക, ബോഡി ഹീറ്റ് കൂട്ടുന്ന ഫുഡ് ഐറ്റംസ് കട്ട് ചെയ്യുക, പിന്നെ സൺലൈറ്റ് ഒഴിവാക്കുക, ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ ആവാനുള്ള സാഹചര്യങ്ങൾ ഒഴിവാക്കുക. ഇത്രയൊക്കെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ കോമൺ ആയിരിക്കും. പിന്നെ certain തിങ്സ് ഓരോ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റുകളും അവരവരുടെ രീതിയിൽ ഡിറൈവ് ചെയ്ത കുറച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ടാവും, അതായിരിക്കും ഒന്ന് ഡയറക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യണം.
ഈ ബോഡി ഹീറ്റ് കൂട്ടുന്ന ഫുഡ് സ്റ്റെപ്സ് എന്തിനാ കുറയ്ക്കണ്ടേ? വൈ ബേസിക്കലി why we should avoid this body heat foodstuffs or alcohol? Why it is after doing the tattoo?
ബോഡി ഹീറ്റ് കൂട്ടുമ്പോൾ സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മുടെ ഹീലിംഗ് ടൈം കുറച്ച് പ്രൊലോങ്ഡ് പ്രോസസ് ആവും. ഹീറ്റ് കൂടുമ്പോൾ സ്വെറ്റിംഗ് കൂടാൻ ചാൻസ് ഉണ്ട്, ഹീറ്റ് ബോയിൽസ് വരാൻ സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. കാരണം ഈ ടാറ്റു ചെയ്ത ഏരിയയിൽ പൊതുവെ ചൂട് കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും. നമുക്ക് ഫ്രഷ് ടാറ്റിൽ തൊട്ട് നോക്കിയാൽ ചൂട് കൂടുതലായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് അനുഭവപ്പെടും. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ബോഡീന്റെ മൊത്തത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു ചൂട് കൂടുതലാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇത് ഇവിടെ കുറച്ചും കൂടെ കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ ഈ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കൂടി നിൽക്കുന്നത് ഈ ഹീലിംഗിനെ ഒരു നോർമൽ അവസ്ഥയിൽ നിന്ന് മാറ്റിയിട്ട് കുറച്ചൊരു എന്താ പറയാ ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ ചാൻസസിന് ഇവര് കുറച്ച് സെൻസിറ്റിവിറ്റി കൂടുതലായിരിക്കുമല്ലോ, കുറെ കൂടി ഒന്ന് സെൻസിറ്റീവ് ആക്കി നിർത്തും. ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ ആവാനുള്ള സാധ്യതകൾ കൂടുതലായിട്ട് വരും. നമ്മളൊരു പ്രോപ്പർ ഹീലിംഗ് കിട്ടാനുള്ള ഒരു ആംബിയൻ കണ്ടീഷൻ നമ്മളെ ബോഡിയിൽ സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ചൂട് കുറക്കുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഈസി ഹീലിംഗിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്.
ഫെബിൻ ഇപ്പം പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ ടാറ്റു അടിക്കുമ്പോഴേ അതിന് മുമ്പേ ആൽക്കഹോൾ കുടിക്കല്ലേ, കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടും ആൽക്കഹോൾ കുടിക്കല്ലേ. പക്ഷേ ഞാനൊരു ഫ്രണ്ടിന്റെ കൂട്ടത്തിൽ ടാറ്റു അടിക്കാൻ പോയായിരുന്നു. ഇറ്റ് വാസ് നോട്ട് എ പ്രൊഫഷൻ. ഐ ഡോണ്ട് നോ ഹി വാസ് എ പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ് ഓർ നോട്ട്. ഐ ജസ്റ്റ് വിസിറ്റഡ്
ഉം,
ബിക്കോസ് എനിക്ക് ആ ടാറ്റു അടിക്കുന്ന എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് കാണുമായിരുന്നു. ബട്ട്
ഉം,
ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ദ ടാറ്റു വാസ് ബിൻ ഡൺ ഓൺ ഹിസ് ബൈസെപ്സ്. പുള്ളിക്കാരന്
ഉം.
പെയിൻ ആവുമായിരുന്നു. അന്നേരം ആ പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ തന്നെ ഒരു പെഗ്ഗൊക്കെ വെച്ചിട്ട് കൊടുത്തു, കുടിച്ചോളാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, കുഴപ്പമില്ല ഇതുകൊണ്ട് വേദന മാറിക്കിടും. അങ്ങനെയും ചെയ്യുന്ന ആൾക്കാരുണ്ടല്ലേ?
ഉണ്ട്, ഉണ്ട്.
അതിനെന്തുവാ
അങ്ങനെ
പറയണ്ടേ?
ചെയ്യുന്നവരൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്.
അതെന്തുവാ പറയണ്ടേ, ഒന്ന് അതിനെ പറ്റി വല്ലതും?
അത് ഞാൻ തൊഴിൽ ദിവസം പറയൂ, പ്രൊഫഷണലിസം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ സാധനമില്ലേ, നമ്മള് അപ്പോയിന്റ്മെന്റ് ബുക്ക് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ പറയും കഴിക്കരുത് എന്നുള്ള ഇൻസ്ട്രക്ഷൻസ് കൊടുക്കും. ആൽക്കഹോൾ എന്നല്ല, ഒരു രീതിയിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇൻടോക്സിക്കേറ്റഡ് ആവരുത്, ഒരു പ്രോപ്പർ അവസ്ഥയിൽ ഇരിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ടാറ്റു അടിക്കുമ്പോൾ. രണ്ടെണ്ണം അടിച്ചാൽ വേദന കുറയുന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞാൽ അത് വെറുതെ മെഷീനായിട്ട് വരുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ വേദനയും, പിന്നെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ബോധം കെട്ടി കിടക്കുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ ഇത് ആൽക്കഹോൾ നമ്മുടെ ബ്ലഡ് സ്ട്രീമിൽ ഉണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇതൊരു ബ്ലഡ് തിന്നർ ആയിട്ടാണ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുക. ടാറ്റു ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളിത് സ്ക്രാച്ച് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ മുറിവുണ്ടാക്കി സെയിം ടൈം ഇങ്കകത്തേക്ക് ഇഞ്ചെക്ട് ചെയ്യണം. അപ്പോൾ ബ്ലഡ് തിന്നർ ആയിട്ടുള്ള സാധനങ്ങൾ നമ്മളുടെ ബോഡിയിൽ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, ഈ ബ്ലഡ് തിന്നർ കഴിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാരാണെങ്കിൽ ഒന്ന് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറയും ഒരു ദിവസത്തേക്കെങ്കിലും. അപ്പൊ ആൽക്കഹോൾ എന്തായാലും നെറ്റ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് സ്ക്രാച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് മുറിവുണ്ടാക്കുമ്പോൾ സാധാരണ പോലെ തന്നെ ചെറുതായിട്ടൊന്ന് ബ്ലഡ് പൊടിയും. ആൽക്കഹോൾ ഉണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇതിന്റെ ഫ്ലോ കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ ഈ അകത്തേക്ക് പോകുന്ന ഇങ്ക് സെയിം ടൈം പുറത്തേക്ക് വരും. എന്തായാലും കുറച്ച് പുറത്തേക്ക് വരും, പക്ഷെ ഇതിന്റെ പുറത്തേക്കുള്ള ഫ്ലോ കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും. നമുക്ക് ആവശ്യത്തിനുള്ള പിഗ്മെന്റ്സ് സ്കിന്നിലേക്ക് ചെല്ലില്ല. റിസൾട്ട് കളർ ലോസ് ആണ്. കളർ ലോസ്, അൺഈവൻ ഹീലിംഗ്, ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള പരിപാടികളാണ്. പിന്നെ ഈ ആൽക്കഹോൾ ഉള്ളപ്പോൾ നമ്മള് പിറ്റേഴ്സൊക്കെ ഭയങ്കര ഡീഹൈഡ്രേറ്റഡ് ആയിരിക്കും. ബോഡി പ്രോപ്പർലി ഹൈഡ്രേറ്റഡ് അല്ലാന്നുണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതും അൺഈവൻ ഹീലിംഗ്, അൺഈവൻ സ്കാനിങ്, പ്രോപ്പർ റിസൾട്ട് ആയിരിക്കില്ല ടാറ്റുവിന്.
So I just wanted to ask one question now. Basically, how you started your journey? Like, did you directly started your own studio, or did you work somewhere and then you moved into your own business? How exactly it was?
I had only contacted a studio for my first tattoo, right? I went for the tattoo and we started talking about art and all. And I showed my sketches and uh, paintings to her. So it was like, this will be easy for you if you're learning. And from there, I started tattooing. I worked in the same studio for 10 years. Yeah. And last year, I started here, started 1891.
So let me ask you one question relating building a business. So what
Hmm.
were some of the biggest challenge you faced while you setting up 1891 tattoo, and how did you overcome them?
Biggest challenge was the delays I faced from the corporation for getting the license. Um, when I was setting up the studio, there was a fire in the Brahmapuram plant. All the officials were directed to that area, so nobody was there to um, in the health department. Nobody was there in the corporation office and all. And everybody know, most of the business owners know this thing, because license renewal, everything was delayed that time. That was the only thing I faced during the setting up this business.
So, what all are the certificates that you required when you build a own tattoo studio? So, do we need any kind of, like,
Mm.
I know shop act might be one of the thing. Is there any specific requirement for tattoo artist, like from an health department or something like that? Do we require?
Yeah, from the health department, like usual DNO certificate for shop license. That we get from the health department, and we need an additional approval from district medical officer. For that, we have to submit certain documents, our complete health card, hepatitis B vaccination certificate, then our waste management plan, the biohazardous waste management plan thing, uh, an approval from pollution control board. Yeah, these are the additional things we need to set up. And we have to submit our experience certificates and course certificates to the authorities. That's it.
Okay. I don't want you let me know the everything about strategy, but a
Mm.
simple strategy that you follow to build your brand and also to make your loyal customer.
There is no particular strategy for this one. Uh, I always treat my clients as my friend and family. That's it. And everybody coming here for tattoo is becoming a part of the family. Tattoo is a lifetime commitment. You can't do the tattoo and just make them go. It's not happening. It's like a lifetime commitment. If you are getting a tattoo from me, whenever you look at that tattoo, you will remember my face. Like a lifetime commitment. So I always treat clients as my family. So it's like commitment. Yeah.
So one question, why this tattoo be expensive? Like why it is charged as per the inches? Like for a small inch it charge different, for a big tattoo it charge different. And how is the customers mentality towards it and how they bargain? I know people do bargain about it, right? Do it in this stuff, do it in that stuff. So what is your point on that? And like I want a perspective from customer side and also from a business side, how you tackle that and how you educate them about it.
About the pricing, um, the basics scene is same, right? Usually people charge this much amount for 1 square inch. That remains the same. And the cost depend for the small tattoo and big tattoo depends on the size and the style of the tattoo. That's it. For black tattoos, it's certain amount. For color tattoos, it's certain amount. That's it. It depends on the size. Some people, some artists charge it for hours, like how much hours they're working, and they charge this much amount for 1 hour. Some are charging like that, some are charging as per the size. So it's becoming expensive. It means like if we are using quality products, that is expensive, and running a studio is expensive. Not just getting the tattoo. That tattoo this much for you. You're charging me 2,000 for this much tattoo. Even the setup table cost. The setup table for one tattoo costs around like just below 1,000. So if you're using, if you want to get a tattoo from a professional with this much years of experience and with using certain uh, premium products, it will become expensive. It's not, you can't get something good for cheap. That's it, no.
Got it. Yeah, that's right.
It's not about the money matters. We are not selling anything. It's our skill and years of experience and the time we spend for practicing with our sweat and blood.
Got it. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Quality always make sure that it comes with a price. It's everywhere, not
yeah,
even in tattoo, it's everywhere. So coming back to like your relationship with the customer, so I just wanted to know, you have already shared one story about a person coming from an NRI person doing his tattoo of a kid. So any other memorable experience of tattoo and that is still making an impact in your life?
yeah. In my opinion, in certain cases, tattoo artists have to do the job of a therapist. Sometimes people open up, and it will make us very connected to them. They're telling their life stories to us, and sometimes we have to give advice or just be a listener. No, nowadays there's nobody to hear you. If you want to talk something, there's nobody to hear you. Everything has become like through phone or like uh, WhatsApp or everything. Everything is in media. Nobody's there to talk in person. So some clients are like they need they are getting somebody to listen. I've been a therapist for some quite a good amount of people. Uh, I don't want to share the names, like you said, I don't want to share the names, They are becoming part of family. I just control. That's it.
A tattoo artist should do a course of tattoo artist and also should do a psychology course so that he can console his client.
Sure, we automatically become psychologists. Part of tattoo is part of the healing. Tattoo is actually a part of healing. 14th century tattoo was done by which doctors as a part of healing. They used to make scars. Okay, if you have a pain over here or some problem here on your arm, these doctors make scars. And like I said before, body heat will be coming out, and they believe that negative energy is coming out. So it's part of healing. We are healers.
Yeah, got it. So one question to you, basically, suppose a client comes up with a vision, okay, he know he have to make that tattoo, he explains you about it, but when you hearing his story, you feel that this tattoo is not resembling to him, but he want to
Mm,
make that tattoo. How you
mm,
try to align with him or her
mm,
and explain him this does not resembles with your personality or with your story.
mm,
We would take it in a different way. So, is there any
mm.
situation that come up and how you tackle that
Yeah,
situation?
lot of situations as well. So, like you said, the clients come with a certain design, certain idea, completely a mismatch with their story. So I'll sit and here and we'll do a illustration of the same design on the skin. I'll do illustration on the photo. I click a picture of their body and do the illustration with the design, and I will make another design, like what went through my head and all. And I make a design and do a illustration of that design as well. I will show them both and sit and talk. And if they are convinced, I'll do the best thing.
So, did you got any client who is not convinced and still you have to do the tattoo which they have told you to do?
Yeah. I've done.
So, how is
After all,
that?
it's
How is that experience?
mm,
Like, oh, he did not
mm,
listen to me. He wanted to make that same. So, what is your mindset when doing that tattoo?
nothing is personal. If he wants that tattoo, I'll surely do the tattoo for him.
What does the art of tattooing means to you personally, and how has it shaped you to outlook your life? Like how Fabin have changed from being a tattoo artist and in his life, how that changes came up being a tattoo artist.
So that's a tough question for me. As a person, I don't, you know, compare my past, present, and future. I like to just go with the flow. Whatever comes in the way, just tackle. There is no plan. There is no memories loaded anywhere. I'm just moving with the flow. I can't handle that much load. So
So you have seen the evolution of tattoo, right? Since like 10
yeah,
years it was a different and now it is different.
yeah.
So how is that evolution of tattoo coming up in the society and how people are now towards tattoos and how familiar like they are with all this process and all this stuff?
Tattoo has become a part of your self-expression, and people are very expressive these days. When I started in 2013, people used to looked at me and the people with tattoo like they're druggies, junkies, everything. There was that stigma, and you know, in this case, social media and everything played a big role. People get to know that this is not a silly thing, this is a serious thing, and people got nice education about the tattoo and all. It's like a personal thing. And about my career, I have done tattoos from for a kid who was 18. That was my youngest. I have done tattoo for a 16-year-old with a parent consent. I'm doing an unauthorized tattoo, I will do only with parents' consent. And the oldest I did was a guy of 71. Yeah. So society has changed. People's outlook towards tattoo has changed. Everybody has an open mindset right now towards tattoo.
Got it. So I think you can take this in Malayalam also. So where people
Yeah,
can meet Fabin in Kochi, and where is 1891 located? So you can let know people more about it or how they want to come to you and do tattoo with you. You can explain in Malayalam also. That's not a problem.
1891 സ്റ്റുഡിയോ ഉള്ളത് കത്രിക്കടവ് ജംഗ്ഷനിലാണ്, കലൂർക്കടവന്ത്ര റോഡിൽ. കത്രിക്കടവ് ജംഗ്ഷനിൽ തന്നെയാണ്. പിന്നെ ടാറ്റൂവിനെ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഇൻസ്റ്റഗ്രാമിലോ വാട്സാപ്പിലോ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ മതിയാവും. ഒരു 1 or 2 weeks മുമ്പ് ഡിസ്കഷന് കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്താൽ മതിയാവും. ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന ദിവസം പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ട്രൈ ടു കോൺടാക്ട് മീ 2 weeks prior to that.
I also know you are taking sessions for different people with who is interested in tattoo artist and they want to become a tattoo artist. So you are training them too, right? So can you let me know more about that sessions too?
വളരെ ലിമിറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടാണ്. അറ്റ് എ ടൈം ഒരാൾ ആണ് പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ ഒരു സ്റ്റുഡൻ്റേ ഉള്ളൂ. He started doing tattoo recently. So another one has joined. അവർക്കൊരു സ്പെഷ്യൽ കെയറും അറ്റൻഷനും കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റിയാലാണ് നല്ലൊരു ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റിനെ കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. എൻ്റെ ഒരു കാഴ്ചപ്പാടിൽ പോയിന്റ് ഓഫ് വ്യൂ, ടാറ്റു ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ് മസ്റ്റ് ബി എ ഗുഡ് ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീയിങ്. സോ ഒരു പേഴ്സണൽ ട്രെയിനിങ്ങും കൂടിയാണ്. ടോർച്ചറാണെന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചിലർ ചെറിയ രീതിയിൽ പ്രഷർ കൊടുത്താലാണ് നമുക്ക് ഷേപ്പ് ചെയ്തെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അത് he has become a very nice human being. It's changed a lot. ഈ നല്ലൊരു ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റായിട്ട് നല്ലൊരു മനുഷ്യനായിട്ട് ജീവിച്ചിരുന്നു.
Got it. So before I go to the next question, I wanted to know how much tattoos are there in your body right now?
Oh, I lost count. അതല്ല, ഒന്നിച്ചല്ല,
അല്ല.
സത്യം 36 വരെ കൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, 36 വരെ കൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
Okay.
അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് 2 സ്ലീവ് ഫില്ല് ചെയ്തത്. സ്ലീവ് ഫില്ലിങ് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴത്തേനും പിന്നെ എണ്ണല് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ്. ഐ ഹാവ് both my arms, chest, tummy, back, legs.
Okay.
ഇനി 2 തൈസ് ബാക്കിയുണ്ട്, അത് എന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യണം.
So you do tattoo for yourself or someone else do it for you? How exactly that process happens?
കുറവാണ്. സെൽഫ് ടാറ്റൂയിങ് കുറച്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളൂ.
Okay.
അത് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത് കുറച്ച് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് തോന്നിയിട്ടുള്ളത് മാത്രമാണ് സെൽഫ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത്. ബാക്കി ടാറ്റൂസ് എല്ലാം മൈ ടീച്ചേഴ്സ് ആയിട്ടാണ്. Teacher from here, teachers from Thailand, and I got 2 hand poke tattoos from a Tibetan monk, the second tattoo.
What is this hand poke tattoo?
It's a traditional Buddhist thing, like a prayer. Only certain designs are there. So we go and talk to the monk, and they will suggest us a tattoo, and they will do it in a session. That's a second tattoo. It's like there's no machine on everything. It's like a metal rod, a disposable needle fixed to the tip, and they are like poking the stick. That's it. Ink and everything is like modern day. Ink and setup is like everything is modern day. Only the equipment is traditional.
So a person who want to do a tattoo, it's pain. The pain is there, right? So what would be the pain when now it's modern technology? I don't know. So what would be the pain and what would be the pain level from a level of 1 to 10? 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. So what would be the level of pain? It would be differ with person to person, but I wanted to know like a common ground rule. What would be the pain bearable level like?
With modern day equipments and all, everything has become easy. Pain is very less, and for us artists, it's very handy. So it's very easy to do tattoo these days. And this pain depends on the area of the body. Uh, it's like there's a body pain chart for tattoo. Where the skin is tight, um, pain is less. If the tattooing area is closer to the bone or it's like a sensitive area, pain is more. So this, if you are grading it from 1 to 10, it differs in the body as well.
Got it, got it.
If you know, this finger tattoo hurt me the most.
Okay.
If it's a cross, yeah,
Uh-huh.
this hurts a lot.
Yep. So one question to you: what do you see the future of 1891 Tattoo Studio? What's the future like? Are you going to do more tattoos, or are you planning to, like, you are teaching people? Are you looking into an institutional way? What is your plan for 1891 in future?
Uh, I would like to start a school, but only limited with only limited seats. Teach only a small batch. So everybody can, the artists and teachers can concentrate on them, right? So school is a plan. So, and I would like to, not tattoo, I would like to start the art community in future. 1891 tattoo, as, yeah, supporting other artists and other kind of art streams and all.
Yeah, if you want to build any type of community, please do get in touch with me too, because we do have different community. But it is not in
Sure, sure.
related to tattoos, but we are related into IT sectors and all that. So we do have communities building up. So I know how things happens in community, because it's more helpful for people to know
Uh-huh.
people and knowledgeable. They understand the situation
Mhm.
and all that. So I think you can always approach to me. I will definitely help you on that to get a community
Yeah,
built
yeah,
up.
sure, sure, sure.
So let's have a final question, then we can wrap up this podcast. So my final question to you would be an inspiring suggestions, or like a feedback or a advice to a person who want to pursue his career into tattoo artist. One advice for that person, and another advice to a person who want to do tattoo, want to get himself tattoo. So how he can make his mind and build, like, go to a tattoo artist and say I want to do a tattoo. So I want the advice for both.
It's a very good profession. Tattoo artistry is a very good profession, and this is a good time to start. There are a lot of good schools. Um, do a good research about the schools and get students' reviews and check what the students are doing right now. Most of them leave the career after doing the course, but certain school make them practice and make a study about that and choose a good school and make a wise decision. This is a good time to start. It's a very good profession. And advice for somebody is planning a tattoo, do something that you will never regret. That's why I always say, choose something personal. Choose what is you, or what for you. Always choose that. That's my advice.
Okay, Fabin, thanks for your time. We have almost crossed like 1 hour for this podcast. Thanks for it, because I know it's a busy schedule for you. We are doing it the morning times. Thanks for your
Yeah.
time. So people who are listening this podcast, viewing this podcast, if you have any other doubt, you can definitely check Fabin's page or 1891 page, wherein Fabin clear lots of doubt regarding to tattoo. Yeah, it be in a regional language, sometime it be in Malayalam too. I would like to ask Fabin to put some subtitles too, because if people do not understand the regional language, it would be easy for them. So you can always visit to his Instagram handle, that would be there in the description box. So you can go there, check out his page. So he gives lots of advice in regards to tattoo and tattoo artist. And once again, a big thank you, Fabin, for taking this 1 hour time, coming in the podcast and giving your valuable suggestions, feedbacks, and all that in the field of tattoo industry. It was an eye opener for me too. Yeah, I am too deciding to do a tattoo, but not now. I have planned it somewhere, like mostly in 1 or 2 years. I have something in my mind, which you said it should be unique. So I don't want to do it right away. That uniqueness should come up, and then only I can do it. So I'm waiting for that. So that's it, Fabin. It was a nice podcast. Nice talking to you. And thanks for your time.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast.